So French Open Day 2 is here and let's discuss. So first of all, let's start with gold medalist of Denmark Open, Jonatan Christie, who got his momentum back. Everything like speed, his gameplay, everything is back, and even tournament wins are back for Jonatan Christie. He defeated Shiuchi. I know that Shiuchi was a little bit injured in third set, but match was way better. Finally, Jonatan Christie is back, and I'm much happier. Shiuchi withdrew from this tournament as he is going through shoulder injury. But talking about Jonatan Christie, right now he is favorite for me to win this tournament. But there are few other players too. He will be facing one of the players who made me impressed after the US Open tournament, US Open or Canada Open, I think so. Canada Open tournament, when he won the tournament, and I was thinking like either of one tournament, okay, so Canada Open or US Open, one of them he won that. But at that moment he was way impressive. But after that, that momentum shift was clearly visible, that Kenta Nishimoto was unable to go even into quarterfinals. So there is an issue. So talking about this match, last time when they met with against each other, Jonatan Christie won against him in Denmark Open last week only. So again he can do it, but there was a third set. There is an issue, and there was a third set in between these two players. So can Kenta Nishimoto defeat Jonatan Christie? Look, if Jonatan Christie wouldn't have won last week, I would have gone for Kenta Nishimoto. But that momentum is back regarding Jonatan Christie. His gameplay is back, and more than that thing, that mindset is back. Few years back when Jonatan Christie played against Viktor Axelsen, and we all know what a match it was, when Jonatan Christie around 10 or 11 points covered 9 more points and won against Viktor Axelsen, and that match was the impressive part for, I will say, that Jonatan Christie's career. And that was the match that made me impressed. That match, Jonatan Christie is way better. So that match was way impressive. And talking about Kenta Nishimoto, is there any possibility that he can do? Last week when they were against each other, there was a third set. As I discussed, there was a third set. So Kenta Nishimoto has the potential, and these improvements in Kenta Nishimoto has that thing. But momentum is on Jonatan Christie's part. Maybe there is possibility that Jonatan Christie will win here in straight 2-set. Possibility. But there is another possibility too, that maybe Jonatan Christie is a little bit tired. Maybe. I don't know. If you ask me whom I want to win this match, I am going for Jonatan Christie. I know I have discussed about Kenta Nishimoto in my previous videos, that I like his gameplay and improvements and everything, but still Jonatan Christie is better right now and is having momentum, so he's winning. Next match is between Viktor Axelsen and Leong. Look, one thing that I really want to discuss is filling up the boots of Lee Chong-wei in Malaysia's badminton is way tough. Lee Zijia did best, and I really like that man, how he performed, how he gave his 10,000%. But after Lee Zijia, whenever he is got injured, Anji Zeong is injured, many of men's singles player are injured, but no one is even coming closer to Lee Chong-wei's legacy. And I know, as in Lee Chong-wei, my favorite, he was my favorite, he was my mentor. I have always watched his gameplay, learned a lot of things on my life and everything regarding Lee Chong-wei, but no one even came close to Lee Chong-wei. And talking about Leong Junhao, look, younger players has the opportunity to be the best, to play the best badminton, but they are unable to go even into quarters or semis. The real thing is that their gameplay is not at that level as compared to Lee Zijia or Lee Chong-wei. Lee Zijia, Lee Chong-wei, these players were, I will say, that favorites. Whenever they were participating in any other tournaments, they were favorites to win tournament or at least go into semis or finals. I will say that last year and this year is an issue for Lee Zijia. But talking about Lee Zijia, Lee Chong-wei, these are the players who proved that when it comes the most to give their performance, they gave the performance. We all know Lee Zijia, Olympics, how he used to perform and everything. There is some issues going with him regarding injuries and everything. But talking about Leong Junhao, man, he needs to step up. He needs to perform, and defeating Viktor Axelsen will be the best message that I am here. I can defeat Viktor Axelsen. And talking about, is there any possibility that Leong Junhao can defeat Viktor Axelsen, I will say yes. there is an possibility. I like Leong Junhao's gameplay, but is he the best to defeat Viktor Axelsen? Last week when there was a match between Viktor Axelsen and Shiuchi, Viktor Axelsen showed whole world that finally he is back. His gameplay is back. That older mindset is back. Viktor Axelsen's performance was way better against the Shiuchi, but as I told you that Shiuchi was having momentum and everything. But still, I will say that can Leong Junhao defeat Viktor Axelsen? I will say that at least a third set. If I am not thinking that Leong Junhao will defeat Viktor Axelsen and everything, I am watching. I really want at least a third set. If Viktor Axelsen is winning against Leong Junhao, I want at least Leong Junhao to do a third set against Viktor Axelsen. That will be the best thing that I am watching. And if Leong Junhao defeats Viktor Axelsen, I will be much happier. But talking about momentum, realistically talking, maybe possibility that Viktor will win here, but what I want is Leong Junhao to win. Let's talk about women's singles. Tomoka Miyazaki will be against Putri Wardani. Let's talk about the last matches that they played. Last match was Miyazaki against Anseung. First set was completely different, man. I was thinking like, yes, finally Miyazaki will win against Anseung, and man, second and third set 21-6, 21-9, and I was thinking like, man, what is going on with Miyazaki? What was in first set? She didn't even do that thing in second and third set, and I realized that yes, why Anseung is number one, this is the reason. And talking about Wardani, there was a match between these two players last time in Denmark Open 2. Tomoka Miyazaki won against Putri Wardani in 3 sets, and this match was good. I was expecting, I will say that Wardani to win, but Tomoka Miyazaki showed way better gameplay, and she defeated Putri Wardani. Look, Wardani has the gameplay, has the footwork that I always look forward to in any women singles or any man singles player. That first thing that I look forward to is their footwork. Wardani has that stable footwork, but stroke perfection and errors, man, she can't control the errors. So many errors Wardani do in gameplay. That is the reason that even the momentum is shifting in Putri Wardani's side. Still, when she do 3 or 4 errors, that momentum, her opponent gets that momentum. That is the reason. If she can control the errors, she can win against Tomoka Miyazaki and more other players. But talking about who will win here, I will clearly go for Tomoka Miyazaki, and simple reason is that last time head-to-head last week in Denmark Open, she won against Putri Wardani. If Wardani controls her errors, I will bet you that Wardani will win here, and even in straight 2 sets if she can control the errors. But that is the reason last time when I got impressed regarding Putri Wardani was when she won against PV Sindhu. That was completely different gameplay, and after that many matches there she played, in each and every matches I have observed this thing that she do multiple errors, not 1, 2, multiple errors. Just imagine Anseung, when she do 1 or 2 errors, she get frustrated regarding, I will say that thinking, she thinks a lot that I will not do this error, I will not do this error. And I see, when I see these youngsters around 17, 18, 19 age or 20 years age, they don't even care that so many errors are going on. They continues to do errors. And then there is Anseung. I will recommend you to watch 17, 18 years old Anseung's gameplay. You will realize that at that moment too, she was defeating Akane, Karina Marine, and that gameplay of Anseung was the proof that around 17 or 18 years of age, this is the time that you can do improvements. After 20, 21, your gameplay gets, I will say that, little bit stagnant. You know your gameplay, you will do and everything. So this is the huge chance for Tomoka Miyazaki and Wardani. Give a best match here. And talking about predictions, I will go for Tomoka Miyazaki. Let's talk about next men's doubles players. World number 4, Izzuddin, who will be against last week Denmark Open winners Hoki, Kobayashi. Man, I really love how Hoki Kobayashi did a comeback. I really love them, and the way they performed was the proof that we are still here. We can still perform. Just like whenever Esther Rasmussen performs, I always get amazed that, man, they are performing classic men's doubles gameplay, and I always get mesmerized whenever these players, older players, like I always used to watch daddies. Whoever who don't know who are daddies, please watch badminton properly. Then Minions, then these are the players. I've talked about them in multiple videos. But talking about this particular match, man, Go Izzuddin 2024 was way better. That version of Go Izzuddin was completely different. This year's version, they are winning some matches, they are going into some quarters, semis, maybe some, but that I will say that dominant Go Izzuddin are still, I will say that, missing. That I really want them to defeat Hoki Kobayashi, even though you will say that your favorites are Hoki Kobayashi, and why you are saying that Hoki Kobayashi to get defeated. Look man, last year's Hoki Kobayashi, before that year Hoki Kobayashi, before that year, take 2022 2021, I have always loved Hoki Kobayashi's gameplay and always loved their performance and everything, and I know that momentum is on their side, but still I will say that I really want Go Izzuddin 2024 version to get back. Man, that dominating Go Izzuddin was completely different. Their aggression was completely different. How they used to perform was completely different. Go Izzuddin lost against Lane and Wendy in last Denmark Open last week, and I was thinking like, man, this was little bit, I will say that, easy match for them, and the reason was that Lane and Wendy looked tired. Last week when Lane and Wendy won in Arctic Open, after that Lane and Wendy's performance was going little bit downwards. They were not up to that mark when they performed in Arctic Open. That performance and 2 or 3 days after performance was completely different regarding Lane and Wendy. So this was perfect time for Go Izzuddin to win that match, but I don't know what happened to Go Izzuddin. They lost, and Hoki Kobayashi, we all know what they defeated, the aggressive part of Alfion and Fikri. Man, way better match. I was so much impressed from Hoki Kobayashi. I told you that either experience will win or the aggression of Alfian and Fikri win, and that experience won. And as I always told you that when Alfian and Fikri was against Leong, I told you this same words that either experience will win or aggression will win. But here experience won. And talking about this particular match, talking about predictions, momentum is going with Hoki Kobayashi as they won Denmark Open, but I really want, from my heart, I really want Go Izzuddin to win here. Let's talk about another men's doubles match. World number 2's Chia will be against Carnando and Maulana. Carnando and Maulana lost against Nomura and Shimogami in Denmark Open, and Chia lost against Ardianto and Hidayat in straight 2 sets. If you combine the data of last 6 or 7 months, you will find so many matches in which Chia lost in straight 2 sets. Man, I have always looked forward to how Chia used to perform, how they dominate men's doubles. I have always looked forward to these two pairs, Go Izzuddin and Chia. No matter what you do, no matter what you think, no matter what you say against Chia, they always perform. They always perform this thing. But combining last 6 or 7 months performances, what I am watching, what I am observing is that they are losing so many straight 2-set losses. And what I want is that at least win a first set. Look, the momentum always. I have discussed about this thing in my previous videos too. That what I know Chia is that first set they do little bit casual gameplay. They will not go for winning that first set. They will go a little bit like, yes, you play like that. Warm up set. They do take it as a warm up set. This is just my observation. But second and third set, man, Chia's gameplay completely shifts and their gameplay turns into complete carnage. They go complete carnage mode, and man, they perform crazy good men's doubles match. And this was the pattern of Chia, that is missing. As I am saying that if Chia wants to win tournaments and wants to win this, these are just my suggestions, or I will say that observations. I am not saying that they should do this thing, but what I am observing is that they need to win first set with domination. I really want that older Chia that comes with a crazy amount of I will say that whenever Chia is performing against any men's doubles pair, they know that Chia can defeat them. They were favorites for winning tournaments. If I take any tournament, if Chia is performing, I always go for Chia. That even though if I am not going with Chia, I will say that yeah, if Chia are performing, they will win. They can win. And just imagine many pairs are there like Alfian Ardianto, Indonesian pair, Japanese pair, many other pair. I will never say that they are winning tournament. They are winning tournament except Kim Seo. They are winning tournament. We can predict that they can be in finals or semi-finals, but I will never say that they will win tournament. But talking about Chia, so Kim Seo, Sachi, these are few players that I always say that they have potential to win the tournament, and they will be against Carnando and Maulana. Look, momentum is not with Carnando and Maulana, so maybe there are chances that Chia So will win here. But what I want from Chia So is a tournament win. I don't want the finals. I don't want even a semi-finals. I want tournament wins. I just want this thing because that older aggression of Chia So, I want that Chia So to back. So what are the views regarding Chia So? Just comment down below. I really want Chia So to win here. Let's talk about women's doubles, and in women's doubles, Pearlton and Thinaah will be against HSU and Lin from Chinese Taipei. HSU and Lin lost against Jeong and Lee in a third set in Denmark Open, and Pearlton and Thinaah lost against Igarashi and Shida from Japan in Denmark Open. When Pearlton and Thinaah won in Arctic Open finals, I was thinking like, man, what a performance! I told you, I showed you that how much I am impressed by their gameplay, how much aggressive their gameplay was, how much I was thinking like, man, this game is completely looking different of Pearlton and Thinaah, how they defeated their opponents in finals. Opponent were Iwanaga and Nakanishi. Iwanaga and Nakanishi are not an easy players, they are good performers. But what was I will say that what was I was thinking that in next tournament, like next tournament was Denmark Open, I was thinking like, yes, finally they will defeat Liu, and finally they defeat every other players and will be in finals and win Denmark Open. This was my clear thoughts regarding Pearlton and Thinaah, and this was my predictions too. But what happened? What happened against Igarashi and Shida? Straight 2 sets win, and what a dominating win by Igarashi and Shida. And I was thinking like, man, what is going on? Then I realized that maybe they must be tired. They must have not thought that Igarashi and Shida will do this level of gameplay. No matter what was the reason they lost against Igarashi and Shida. What I want is redemption from Pearlton and Thinaah, and how they can redeem themselves by winning this tournament. This is Super 750 tournament. After this tournament, there are some 500s or something. Just correct me if I am wrong, but there are no other Super 1000 or Super 750 tournament. So this is final tournament where they can perform and they can win. This is perfect timings for Pearlton and Thinaah to win the tournament because Liu 10 are not here. Every other pair is of course participating, but defeating them will be or should be the main, I will say, that thought for Pearlton and Thinaah. And what I want from this match is defeating HSU and Lin in straight 2 sets. I want that aggressive Pearlton and Thinaah back. That was just clear, that was visible in Arctic Open finals. I want that Pearlton and Thinaah to get back on court. Just remove those parts from their I just want Pearlton and Thinaah to forget what happened in Denmark Open and just perform their best badminton here. I want some improvements here too. I don't want them to do same mistakes that they did last week. So of course I want Pearlton and Thinaah to win this tournament. Finally, let's talk about mixed doubles. Chen will be against Yang and Hu. Last week in Denmark Open, Chen already defeated Yang and Hu in straight 2 sets. So there are not another things in my mind that they will defeat or everything. Chen will win here. But talking about Chen, they lost against Jeong and Wei, World Championship silver medalist, and in third set, what I am thinking is that Chen won against Jeong Wei in World Championships, right? They won gold and by defeating Jeong and Wei. But I told you last week also when I was predicting this match and everything, I told you that if Jeong and Wei are improved, there will be a thing that they can defeat Chen. I really wanted Chen to defeat them again. Why I was saying that they needs to defeat Jeong Wei? I wanted a consistency. I don't wanted this thing in my mind and in the audience mind too, that they can't defeat a same player again and again times. Look, defeating one player like who is world number 1 or world number 2 once, that is okay, that is a good feat, but defeating them multiple times will be the thing that if Chento wants to go into world number 2 or world number 1, world number 1s are Jiang and Wei, world number 2 are Feng Wang, and world number 3 are Chento. If Chento wants to go to their number 1 or number 2 spots, they needs to defeat Jiang Wei or Feng Wang. No matter where they are performing, they needs to defeat them. But talking about the momentum shifts and everything, look, I want Chento to be in semi-finals or finals at least. I don't want them to get defeated in first 3 rounds. I want them to be in semi-finals or finals at least, because whenever Chento are performing, you will watch one you can see the observation in any matches. Then Chento are completely different mixed doubles pair. They go into complete, I will say that, domination mode whenever they are in mood, or whenever they are performing better gameplay. They can destroy their opponents too. But when they are not in that, I will say that, same gameplay that they used to perform in world championships, they lost against players like Jiang and Wei. They are of course world number 1 players. But what I want from Chento, please defeat their Chinese players to be in semis or finals, because there was 2 tournaments, 2 Arctic Open finals, Jiang Wei versus Feng Wang, Denmark Open, Jiang Wei versus Feng Wang. I want at least a pair to be in finals of French Open, at least some other country players, and Chento are the first choice in my mind. Second are Christian Boe, and third are Derchapol and Sophie Sarraf. These are the players in my mind who can be in finals, and I just want some other pair to be in finals or at least semi-finals. So this is my expectation from these matches, and just comment down below what are the matches that you are looking forward to.